Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. This is another SPR monthly episode. As you will have gathered if you're a frequent viewer, on our last month's episode I was doing up a spare room we've got here. I was going to have a little private office made and we've been making pretty good progress. So first things first, I'll take you upstairs and have a look at that. So top of the stairs, the electricians have been and done all the tray work. Just had it all trayed all the way around. Inside, I'll tell you what, it's warm up here. Inside the new office, we've had the socket wall put in, internet, the hex light fitted, which looks pretty good. But yeah, it's nice and bright in here and it's really warm. The door has arrived. We are having frosted glass fitted. So yeah, as you can see, it's really bright in here. I mean, it's bright in here. It's actually towards the end of the day, as everybody knows. I only seem to be able to get my camera out towards the end of the day. It's really bright in here without the light on, but that light is really good. Got that for a bargain price of £100 from Wilkinson's. I thought Wilkinson's was no longer, but Wilkinson's online is still a thing. So it doesn't look like much, but I think once the door's on, we get a few things on the walls. Got a clock to go on the wall, keep an eye on the time. Get some flooring down and get the door on and kind of seal the room away from the rest of the building. Get the desk, the computer, stuff like that. It looks a strange room to work in because it's just bare brick. I tell you what, even doing it on a budget like I am, like keeping bare brick and stuff, this, that and the other, I've spent thousands and thousands of pounds. The electrician's bill alone was £5,000. I've basically had a rewire, there was no electric up here. So moving on to what will soon be the shop room, I'll say. Obviously we've always had an online shop for quite a few years, but we've started doing you guys merchandise. This is the room where that's going. Not much different in here. Plaster, what plaster we could knock off the wall, we've knocked off the wall. What we can't is left. Looks like an island of some sort. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. Sparks have done a really good job. Ignore all this rubbish, it's all for the skip. Oh, lights. But yeah, I'm really chuffed to have a bit of a private place, but so far, honestly, can't tell you how much these costs add up when you're doing building work. So make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification button, because we need as many subscribers and as viewers as possible, because this is wiping me out. Quite pleased with that so far. So yeah, we'll go downstairs and we'll see what Nathan's up to. So just making my way downstairs, and Nathan is in his little hideaway room. I'll have to have a look in the comments, but somebody said, oh, because we've done it up and stuff, we should change the name, and he had a good name. Nathan is working on an old R129 SL. So what have you been doing on this, Nathan?
I've just done a service and a coolant drain so far. Got to do a brake fluid, and I'm waiting for confirmation on dizzy cap and rotor arms. Oh, am I taking it?
So you got anything to tell the viewers?
No. Do I?
Yeah. Got your test results?
Oh, yeah, I passed my level 3, yeah.
Pipe it up, pipe it up, pipe it up, pipe it up.
So for those of you that have been asking, has Nathan passed? The answer is we got his result. In fact, the full story is he's supposed to do his exam last month. The examiner couldn't turn up for the exam. So yeah, he had a month's worth of delay. He's done his exam and he's finished. So he's now a full-time employee at SPR, fully qualified. Yeah. So he's now qualified to do brake fluid, air filter and pollen.
That's in 5 years.
So yeah, I'm dead pleased for him. He's been a really good apprentice. I've had many apprentices. Anyone who is self-employed and has taken on apprentices knows how difficult it is to find a good one and to train them. But yeah, he's done really well. I'm really pleased for him. So I get him an extra day a week now, so really pleased about that because I need the help. Good news. So I said we've got some interesting cars in today. Quick car park tour. Start off with this. A C-Class W202 240 V6 with the M112 engine. Quite like the 202 model, and they did one of these in a C63 AMG. Now that car might not be that interesting to many people, but I still like getting these older cars in because you just don't see many of them anymore. That's an S-Reg, so that's one of the last ones that they did. I wouldn't mind one of them as a project, you know. I'm sure you could get a 280. They did a C36 as well, straight 6. Then they did the ultimate C43 with the V8. And I think they did a C55 AMG, which was a limited edition rare model. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong. Oh, he's flying over today. Couldn't quite see who that one was. Garage is near the airport, so planes fly over all the time. This is a nice car, rare car. 172 SLK 55 AMG. You don't see many of these around. We've got the SLC 43 AMG in the garage, but this is SLK 55 AMG. When these 172 models came out, they actually put diesel engines in them. Who would want a sporty car with a diesel engine in? I don't know, there's nothing sporty about it. But that is quite a rare car, that. Not many people know you could get one of them, in fact. It's just started raining. As you already know, we've got the 129 SL. We've got my yellow SLK. We've got another 170 SLK in, actually. Nice silver one. Gonna have to abandon. The rain's coming. Just gonna shut this door because the workshop's a bit noisy. First job for me is C-Class 205. We've got a battery warning signal on the dash. Battery warning signal. Battery warning error message, I'll say. That lad's holiday's caught up with me a bit. Oh, battery symbol on the dash. Stop vehicle, leave engine running. Basically indicating we've got some kind of battery related issue. I've already diagnosed this car. Take you out to the diagnostics machine to show you what information we're getting out of it and show you what the problem is. Customers driving around, this error message is in the middle of the dashboard. Stop start function doesn't work on the car, so basically the car should switch off at the traffic lights, and then as soon as you take your foot off the brake to set off, it re-engages. Most typically we've got a battery issue here, but I'll show you our findings anyway. So as we can see here on the diagnostics, we've got a starter battery has excessive resistance. Now there is a couple of tests we need to do on the diagnostic machine. Voltages actually look good. The diagnostics is showing that it's producing enough voltage, but it's obviously not holding a good enough charge. So straight away we've got a non-genuine battery fitted. We've got a Lion AGM battery. I do highly recommend always going for a genuine battery. I don't think there's anything wrong with Lion batteries. It's probably good for, you know, a Vauxhall Corsa and, you know, some more basic cars, but Mercedes rely on a good stable battery because there's that much electronics going on. I just always stick with your genuine battery. So we're going to do a battery test on the car. So battery test just says error, unstable battery. Second test, yeah, unstable. So nice and simple really. We need a new battery. That is going to cure a couple of things. One, we're going to get the error light off the dash. Two, our stop start function is going to start working again. That's it, I suppose. But when you have a new battery fitted on, I was going to say a modern Mercedes, I mean this is a 2016. It's amazing how old these cars get so quickly. I'll just say most Mercedes. The batteries actually need coding to the car. So once you've fitted a new battery, you do have to code it in, and what that does is it resets the charge rate that the car's been charging the battery. If you don't code the car to tell it it's got a new battery, it's going to charge at the old rate that it was used to with the old battery, and you're going to shorten the shelf life of your new battery. So gone are the days where you can just fit a battery and get on with it. You know, a lot of people used to just fit batteries themselves. It's not that simple anymore. It really isn't. So Reese is just in the process of fitting the new battery, and he's made a point of that the new battery is physically bigger. You can see it's slightly bigger in length, it's bigger in power. The Merc one's 800 amps, the Lion one is 760. Probably had the wrong battery fitted to it for a long while as well. It's done its job for whatever age that is. But another reason it's important to fit the Merc one is you got to get the correct battery. These modern vehicles rely on these batteries heavily. So you want to make sure the right one's in there. So we're going to get that fitted now. We're going to code it, road test it, make sure the light's gone off, make sure the stop start function works, and then that's this one done. Right, that is the 205 C-Class for, should I say, simple battery change. Is a battery change simple anymore? Let us know in the comments. I'm just going to take it on a road test, make sure the stop start facility works, save the planet. I actually don't like stop start. I actually find it quite annoying, because when you stop at a busy roundabout and you want to shoot out quick, the car has to start before you go. I find it a waste of time. It's a quick way of wearing your starter motor out anyway. But yeah, all done, programmed. Move on to the next one. Right, another interesting one in the garage. Can't take the credit for this one. John's been doing this. We've got the heated air scarf, which is actually that. It has a heating element inside and a fan which blows warm air through the top of the seat to keep your neck warm if you've got the roof down on a dry, chilly day. So basically on this car, neither side are working. So John's been testing all the wiring from the air scarf, which goes here. That's your heated element plug. This is the plug for the motor. It's been testing all the wiring through the seats. As you can see, we've got the backs of the seats off, all the way to the control unit, which is situated behind this panel. And all the wiring's tested good, but the two fault codes we had were slightly different. One was an open circuit and one was it just saying malfunction or something?
Yeah, fan malfunction.
So what he's done is he's taken off the passenger side one and fitted it to the driver's side one, and it's actually started working even though it didn't work on the passenger side. The driver's side is the most common one to fail because it's the most used one. Usually the same with like a heated seat element and stuff like that. So we've actually got two problems with this. We've got one, we've got a faulty motor, and two, it's looking like we've got a faulty control unit, which is behind here. The control unit is causing the passenger seat not to work, and the motor causing the driver's seat not to work. He's done really well diagnosing this, because you could quite easily get this wrong. A new air scarf heater motor is what I'm going to call it, is 850 quid plus VAT. Was it 750? 750, 850. Either way, it's a very upsetting price. AMG, all money gone. Call that £1,000. So we need one of those, and we also need a new air scarf control unit to get the other side working. We've been on this at least half a day just testing things out, and this is why testing's so important. If we wouldn't have done all these tests, you could have quite easily misdiagnosed this. So we gave the customer the option, what would you like doing? We can get your driver's seat working for just the labour it's taken to do the testing by taking the one off the passenger seat onto the driver's, and he said no, he wants both seats working. So he has committed to a motor and a control unit. Be interesting to know the final bill on this one, because it ain't going to be cheap for quite a simple thing that doesn't work. But yeah, well done to John on this one. Get some bits ordered. Take a couple of days to get the stuff for this, and we'll catch up soon. Right, we're just catching up with Nathan, where he's up to on the Blue SL. He's just done the distributor cap, the rotor arm, and the back bit. Basically, I think the customer's having these changed because of the brand. The brand that's on it is Bremmy. Bremmy's not a very good brand for distributor caps. They are quite cheap on the market, especially for this particular engine, the 119 Mercedes V8. These distributor caps are so sensitive. Basically, they get a lot of moisture and condensation in there, especially on this engine. Is that fine? If you search the internet, there's lots of discussion about this style of distributor cap. So much so, there's people doing modifications out there. As you can see here, they're filing slats in it basically to try and reduce this condensation. But I really wouldn't fancy doing that on a brand new part, because instantly your warranty is void. But we do actually sell a distributor cap set on our website for this particular engine. Thought that might be a bit of useful or unuseful information. We're also looking at, well, I'm not looking at, Nathan's looking at the passenger seat. Why don't you show us what you've done on the passenger seat? You've done all the testing. You sure? This is all your hard work. Oh, so basically, we've got the passenger electric seat isn't working at all. Forwards, backwards, backrest, headrest, nothing. What Nathan has done is, initially he replaced, why don't you just say it all?
Because I don't want to talk. I can give it a go if you want.
Mate, you should see my first video.
Oh,
The first video I ever made, it never made the internet. It was that bad. Hi everyone, Sam here from SPR Autos. Hopefully you like the content, like and subscribe. I made this little video, I took it home and showed my missus and her sister, and they both just burst out laughing. And I was like, no, I'm not doing this YouTube. It was the funniest thing they'd ever seen in their lives, so I thought, oh, I'll try again in another 6 months. Anyway, oh, it was awful. We've come a long way. If it gets 100,000, in fact I deleted it on my way back off my holiday, I deleted it. It'll be in my deleted folder. Go on, you tell them.
So started off with the easiest thing, which was to actually pull out his seat control panel. I swapped it with the driver's side, still wasn't working. So I plugged in the passenger side one on the driver's side, and the driver's side seat was working, so that ruled out my panel. So I've pulled up my seat pad, which is up here.
Oh, you're missing a valuable piece of information.
What was my valuable piece of information?
Then you come and got...
Oh yeah, come and got boss man. And so he pointed me in the right direction with the seat control unit. So I pulled out my driver's side seat pad, I unplugged that side, brought it over to the passenger side. They shared the same part number, so I could, you know, do side to side comparisons. Plugged it in and my passenger seat was working.
So the end diagnosis is...
It needs a control unit.
So the end result is we need a passenger seat control unit for this 129 SL. Even the cars of this age had control units. There's not much, well, there isn't really any diagnostics that you can do on this with a laptop, so it's all manual testing, which we're trying to get Nathan more and more involved in now he's passed his exam. That control unit is still available from Mercedes. It's £500 plus VAT from Germany. Unfortunately, we've got to put everything back together. Customer wants the car back, so we've got to put it all back together, order the part, and then he can come back. But then that's another one done. But yeah, well done Nathan on this one. I'm quite pleased with your testing there. So yeah, basically nice and straightforward. Swap everything left to right, one thing at a time. He missed out, he checked the fuses, obviously.
Oh, yeah, checked all the fuses.
He checked the fuses before he did anything. Yeah, well done mate. And we've got something else to do outside. Next up we have got 221 S-Class S500 long wheelbase. We've got ABS problems on this. So we'll get this SL out of the workshop now, get this S-Class in, and we'll show you what we found on the S-Class outside. Right, S-Class, we have got ABS ESP light on, which is quite a classic, common light to come on these 221 S-Classes and the CL. ABS sensors, very, very common. However, on this occasion, it is not that. Just drove the car around the yard and we've got ABS, ESP inoperative. Steering's really heavy, so the speed sensitive power steering isn't working. This car has had 4 ABS sensors in the past. I think that was about 5 years ago. I think I might have explained before. I've even seen it where the car thinks it's doing 200 miles an hour and the speedo is clocking up when sensors have failed. In this case, it's a bit different. So we'll show you what we found and what we need to do to rectify. Plugged it in on the diagnostics machine, and we've got a fault with the ABS control unit, which is here, which is part of the ABS pump. Click on the test and it literally says fault code, control unit, N74, control unit, ESP control unit, internal fault. Every time we erase it, it comes back. Click on test, it says replace control unit. We know we have got power to the control unit because we can communicate with it via the diagnostics. If we couldn't, we'd get into wiring testing. We're inside the module, we're communicating with it, so we know we're getting our CAN communication, signals, lives, earths, everything. And these models are really common for ABS sensors. He had 4 sensors 5 years ago. 5 years later, he's got another ABS ESP issue. Here is one I've prepared earlier. So we've got a new ABS control unit, which you can actually buy what they call, it's like a repair kit. So they will sell you 1/2 of the ABS pump. Rather than buy the whole pump assembly, you can buy just the control unit, which slots in the side, which is good. And this is also an exchanged part. This is the cheapest way to repair this car, because as you know, these S-classes aren't worth an awful lot anymore. So there is half of it, which we are going to fit. You get new screws and seals which go in here. It saves us interfering with the brake fluid system. We don't have to bleed the brakes or anything like that. We need to program it, and then that's this back on the road. Off the top of my head, this is about £1,000 just for that unit. I've done a buyer's guide on this car in the past of what to look out for when you're buying these old cheap S-classes, so it'd be worth checking out. But in the meantime, we need to see if we can take any information off the old unit to transfer to the new one. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, and it just says straight away the old control unit must be installed. So we can't take any info off the old one, so we just need to fit the new one, take you through the programming sequence, and then that should be the end of that. First time replacing one of these on an S-Class, but these are really common on W204 C63s. In fact, I've owned 2 C63s and both of them required the part. There is some repair services out there. I've tried it out once before and it wasn't successful. Personally, if you can get an exchange one from Mercedes, I'd just go for it and just have it done properly. So we've really got to be careful now, because you get a full set of seals which go on the face of that, which are all stuck to the pump at the moment. So I'm going to carefully take one off and just make a note of which way it's facing, because I don't want to put that on wrong. I'm going to take my gloves off for this. So that was facing forwards. I'm going to confuse myself now. If you look in here, you can see all the seals on each sticky out thing. You need to replace all of those, which you get brand new ones in the kit that you get. Right, so the new control unit's all fitted. So now we've got to program it to the car. We've got to tell it, we program the chassis number into the car, install some software on it, and then we can road test it to get the light on. And that is the S-Class all done. No more lights on the dash. Programming, which is software. Coding, which is telling it what the car is, so it's locked to this vehicle. You can't really fit a second-hand unit because it's coded to that specific car. It did like a calibration of the pump. It made some funny noises. So left to do is a road test, make sure it stays off, and that's another one done.
You're not in shot there.
I'd rather just chill there, so can you move back then? What do you reckon somebody comes in here?
Nah.
So it's going home time. I am just putting some content on the computer for editing for everybody, and on the monthlies I like to just thank people that have sent me something. I can't contact them, and I'd hate for people to think that I'm ungrateful, because I'm definitely not. In between last month and this month, we got sent a gift from Andrew. I say a gift, it was 2 massive boxes of crisps. You're talking 2 boxes that big. They were huge. So thank you very much. And it comes with a note. which is always nice. It says, I watch all the videos. The only thing I disagree with is the little workshop should not be the garage of doom. Earlier on in the video, somebody said about we shouldn't call it that, and I thought it was a comment, but it wasn't. It was on this letter. So it should not be called the garage of doom. I see it as the garage of hope. I like that. So yeah, let us know what you think about that. Keep it as the garage of doom, which it kind of was because it was in a storage unit, whereas we're actually using it as a proper little garage now. Or should we change it to the garage of hope? So it shouldn't be called the garage of doom. I see it as the garage of hope, as that's where the poorly projects go. It's kind of an intensive car unit instead of care unit. So thanks very much, Andrew. He actually sent more than one package. I think there's 3 different packages in total. I can't remember, but it was definitely 2 boxes of crisps. I have a feeling it's something else. We're just working on editing the yellow SLK. Have a little preview if you like.
Leverage on that.
So the belt system on these works really simple. Has this car got no under trays on it? Or have we already took them off? So there you go. That's all you're getting of that. See what else we've got coming in later on in the week. Right, we're back on with the SLC 43 AMG. John is fitting the new air scarf to the driver's seat, put the passenger one on the passenger seat. We needed a new driver's side air scarf to fix the driver's side seat and a new control unit to fix the passenger side seat. This part's been modified quite a few times. Part numbers changed a few times. When Mercedes change a part number, that generally means that either the part has been modified in some way or it's changed manufacturers or something like that, which is always a good sign for us because it means that they've had problems with them and they've sold them. Because I've not had much to do with these air scarf systems before, to be honest. I've had a few wiring repairs on them before. On some of the earlier models, they were known for wiring rubbing through on the back of the seat. But other than that, not really. So we'll get these fitted and fingers crossed everything comes back to life. There we go. So we've got a passenger side and a driver's side air scarf working now, thanks to John. Like I say, I've not had much to do with this job. John's done it and he's done a really good job of that. So yeah, we could have quite easily got this diagnosis wrong, to be honest. We could have presumed it wanted 2 air scarves, but luckily just eliminating some things, swapping stuff left to right. So yeah, that's all done. Things left to do is put all the interior back in, put the panels on the back of the seats, program the new control unit, and then that is this one done. Right, so that's this SLC 43 all done. I am going to close the roof, do a full road test with the air scarves on, just to make sure the different settings work. So I'm going to leave both sides on. That's kicking in straight away. You can probably hear it. Nice warm draft around my neck. So yeah, an expensive fix. Obviously diagnostics, labour, investigation, labour for fitment in excess of £1,000. I think the 2 parts combined was about 1,100 plus VAT. So this is like a £1,500 job just to fix. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's hot that. Blimey. I think I might turn that down already.
Oh, it's too warm for me. Oh, it's warm. I like it warm, but I don't like it this warm.
Fair play to the customer for wanting it 100%. So yeah, road test this now. We'll see what else we've got going on. Anything interesting for you lot? Do you want to get the garage cleaned up? Ready to go for Monday. Something a little bit different. Bit of an update on Paula's camper van really, but we've took the side steps out for her and the back kick plate, I'll call it. Not sure what you call that, because she's having some new floor fitted. They're a bit beaten up, these, as you can see. I think it would just be a shame to put them back in with a brand new floor that she's having fitted. Basically, we're going to rub them down and we are going to coat them in black Raptor paint, which I've actually done this before on a Vito van, and the plastics came out really well. It was actually for her old camper van, and she had that for about 5 or 6 years, and they looked as good as new for the whole duration she had it. So we're going to do the same, because I think it'd be a shame if we don't. Show you the process really. So you basically just rub it down with 80s grit sandpaper. Well, you can see how John's doing it here now. So even all here was all marked and damaged, and we've just rubbed all the damage out, and then we're going to give it a couple of coats of that. Nice matte black, and it leaves like a textured finish. It's really grippy. If you're wet getting in and out of the van, it's really hard wearing, so it's not going to wear out. And then once the floor's back in, we'll fit them back in, and then you'll see why we've done it. I think it'll make a nice improvement to the van. Trying to help her out where we can with the van. Oh, thanks. I'll wait till Dan's finished spraying the jet wash because nobody can hear us. As you can see, our staff are very happy to be here. Thanks, Nathan. Nathan's just brought me in some packages. We're presuming it's fan mail. I haven't ordered anything. This has come from America, £50 delivery. So whoever's sent that for $50, fair play to you, because that's a lot of money. Oh, I know what it is.
Already?
The great old American anti-Cs. Big tub of anti-Cs. Dan, you love this stuff. They're bigger than our ones, aren't they?
Yeah.
Proper American ones. Yeah, these are the big tubs, the American tubs. 16 ounces, 454 grams. Thanks very much, whoever that is. But yeah, they're not cheap, and that postage isn't cheap. So somebody's really gone out of the way to send us that. So thanks very much. We really appreciate that, and that will definitely get used. To Sam, thought you might find this useful. We enjoy the channel. Graham and Amanda. That's good to know that a couple's watching together. Oh, mate. The Shed of Doom SPR Autos. We can't.
It's decided.
We was talking earlier in the video about changing the name. What did Andrew say it should be called?
Shed of Hope.
I was going to change it to the Shed of Hope, but unfortunately, well, fortunately, the name has officially been chosen by Graham and Amanda. So thank you very much. Really appreciate that. I'm guessing you do that for a living, printing. If you don't, you've really gone out your way. If you do, you've still really gone out your way. So thank you. Yeah, that's going up. That's going up. That's quality, isn't it?
That's really good.
It's a Shed of Doom forever now. Right, so thank you very much. Back on to the steps. Yeah, so you can be dead rough with this stuff. It's actually originally designed for pickup truck beds. So that's how hard wearing it is, if you can imagine. I think it's about 20 quid a can. Fully promoting Raptor paint. This isn't a sponsor. £20 each plus VAT. All right, so we spent about 45 minutes just rubbing them down. This stuff's that thick, it covers most things, but these steps were quite badly damaged. If you have a look at that now, it's sanded pretty smooth. We'll get a couple of coats on it, leave it to cure over the weekend, and these will just look like brand new. Right, next up we've got a C63 AMG M156 engine, quite a heavily modified C63 actually. It's come in for B service, spark plugs, it's having differential oil, a PCV valve with intake manifold gaskets, fresh bolts. Obviously we've got the front bumper off. It's having an upgraded oil cooler, a larger oil cooler. Last time this car was in, it had an air conditioning leak, and it was a super slow leak, so we really struggled to find it. So we're having another look now because we've got the bumper off to fit the new oil cooler. So we've got loads more access to test the condenser and stuff like that, but we're really struggling to find it, to be honest. It's been on the pressure test for a couple of hours. It's hardly dropped, but it is dropping extremely slowly. But yeah, we thought we'd show you this one. It's a really clean car. How many miles has it done?
It's 30.
What are they for me? Oh, I'll have one if you're giving me one. Are these yours? Are these out of my merchandise packages? I'll eat that in a minute. I'm going to be chomping away on camera. Thanks, Dan. So we're having a look at the air conditioning again to see if we can find something whilst we've got this opportunity with the bumper off. So I was explaining, it's quite a heavily modified C63 this. It's in really good condition, and I mean like good as new. Very clean. Quite a particular customer, which isn't a bad thing. It's a good thing that they trust us with their car. It's got coilovers, aftermarket wheels. It's got a fancy diff in it. It's got a fancy gearbox sump on it. Quite a lot going on with this. We've got the manifold off. You have to take the manifold off to replace the PCV valve. Obviously we're doing intake manifold gaskets. Me and Nathan have been working on this one. It's a bit of a two-man job, taking the bumper off, lifting the manifold off. So this is the new larger capacity oil cooler, and as you can see, don't know if I'll be able to hold both at the same time. It's about double the size of the original. It's got to hold a lot more oil, got to keep the oil a lot cooler. I've never actually fitted one of these before, but it's quite a popular modification in the C63 world. This customer's had injectors in the past, so we don't need to replace those. But basically, I think the point of what I'm trying to show you is this customer's worked his way through the while you're in there's on this engine. What's the mileage on this? About 40,000, just above 30,000 miles, and he's still doing all these while you're in there's at even such low mileage. So he really takes care of this car. It's had an upgraded steering wheel. I think it's out of a 205 C63, which I'm not a big fan of modifying AMGs, but all these mods actually really suit the car. Some people put like really fancy LED steering wheels on it, just looks too much, whereas everything still looks OE. It's got a C63 507 edition bonnet on it, which actually looks pretty good. Chromed AMG fuel filler cap, which we sell on our website. So if you fancy one of them, click the link. They look really good, but I'd have to drive around with fuel filler flap open to show it off. I just can't I have one on the shelf, which we sell on our shop, but I can't justify it. But if you can justify it, buy one from our shop. So yeah, we're going to take you through what we're doing on this, show you fitting this cooler, see what this cooler fits like, see if we can find this aircon leak. It's not looking great, to be honest. It's been on 4 hours and it's shown the minutest of leak, but if you regas it, it is going to disappear, but finding it is going to be a struggle. But anyway, let's get on getting the manifold back on. The new PCV valve is already fitted. It's going to change these gaskets, new bolts, torque it all down to a set torque sequence. We actually sell a PCV valve kit on our website as well. We sell loads of them. See how we get on with this oil cooler. Boss man has found the leak. Nathan's been spraying this for hours and I've found it. He's not got the trigger action. Come down here, you can see we've got a tiny leak bubbling away there. How have you not found that? Boss man. Bash. Found it, Dan. He's been at it hours. Yep. On the dowels. Right, come over here, Dan, cameraman Dan. So as you can see, we've just put the manifold back on. Nathan's cleaned it all up, put fresh gaskets on. There's a pipe that runs underneath the manifold, so as you could see, Nathan was holding it up while we get it on. New PCV valve is on, that just needs pushing in. Brand new bolts for the manifold, one-time use bolts, and there's a very set torque procedure, so we need to put new bolts in, do the torque procedure. Main thing I wanted to explain was the foams that sit on the bottom of the manifold, these two. Now, we've not refitted them when we put the manifold back on because they actually hold a lot of moisture and a lot of damp, and it corrodes the bottom of the manifold. I gave the customer a quick call and said, do you want them refitting or not? It's personal preference really. I took them off on my car because the bottom of my manifold had started corroding because that was damp. These are actually dry. I think this is more of a weekend car than a daily car, whereas mine's a daily. He said, yeah, he's happy to remove them. They are a sound deadening, really. I've not noticed anything different. Somebody else might, who's quite keen to the sound. But anyway, he said, no, take them off, so I've took them off. So if you're having your manifold off for whatever reason, might be worth considering chucking them in the bin, save your manifold. Right, I'm just in the white C63. Where was we up to with it? I have to think about these things because anyway, we were discussing the air conditioning leak, and we found the leak. We contacted Mercedes. A condenser for the C63 was £600 plus VAT, plus fitting, plus regas, etc, etc. Anyway, they are currently on factory back order, so not only are they extremely expensive, we couldn't get one anyway. So we opted for an aftermarket one, which was a couple of £100. I've said in videos before, if you've watched our recent air conditioning video, the aftermarket condensers don't fit as good. Would you expect it to fit as good when it's a quarter of the price? No, you wouldn't. Anyway, we fitted it. We did have to make some modifications to make it fit. So he's got air conditioning working again. So this bill is going to be a big bill. He's had lots and lots of work. Larger oil cooler he wanted fitting. It wasn't a bolt on, bolt off. We had to make a few modifications to make it fit. We had to elongate some holes to make it fit, make sure it's not touching any of the power steering pipes. But yeah, that's this one nearly done. It's on the air conditioning machine as we speak to be regassed, and yeah, then this is done and it can go back to its owner. Take two. Right, we're back. End of the day. Got about an hour spare, so we have already put the steps back in Paula's van. So I thought I'd give you an update on Paula's van. She's had the cab cleaned, which has come up really good. It actually not far off good as new. Put our steps back in. She's had her flooring done. And I've got a confession to make. I was saying about the steps, and we've painted it with Raptor paint. And after I finished painting, I realised that that is not what I wanted to paint it with. That is Raptor multi-use protective coating. I wanted to use the Raptor paint bed lining spray, which is used to spray pickup truck bed linings. So I've actually sprayed it in the wrong stuff and it's not as good. I'm not that happy with the finish, but Paula is, so it is what it is. It probably looks quite good on camera, but it just doesn't hide the imperfection. Yeah, don't put the camera too close to it.
See the imperfections and shit,
it doesn't look as good as when I've done it in the past, but I've just got carried away painting it and just, yeah. It looks good in the back there, doesn't it? Yeah. That is pretty much the end of this monthly episode, because I'm away next week. I'm doing the Scotland North Coast 500 on my motorbike. There's no competition giveaway this week. I haven't got anything to give away, so there's no competition.
What? No way.
Yeah, so no competition this month, I'm sorry to say.
It took me a while. It was all sellotape together.
This is Paula's headlining for the van, which will need trimming.
Better try. I'm back.
She keeps just buying more and more stuff and just handing it me, and I just end up fitting things. Yeah, so we're going to take a camera to Scotland with us, see if we can vlog a bit of it. If anyone's interested in seeing that on next month's vlog, leave a comment below, because if everyone says no, then I just won't bother. You never know, there might be enough footage for an episode of its own, so let us know what you think about that. So I think that's the end of this month's monthly episode. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit the notification bell button. If you haven't seen the video on us fixing the air conditioning and parking sensors and stuff on Paula's van, that was a pretty good video, so go and check that out. We've got a video coming out in a couple of weeks on the yellow SLK, so that's definitely worth looking into. That's definitely worth hitting the notification bell button so you get an update on that. Yeah, that's it, and we'll see you on the next one.